I'm Hayley Ferguson, and this is Beyond Reality, the podcast where I chat with the people behind the TV shows you love. Today, I'm joined by David Genat. You probably know him as an international model, TV host, 3-time Survivor player, and 1-time winner, the Golden God himself, and the most awarded reality TV winner in the world. But today, he's here to talk about his latest role as the new host of Australian Survivor. We caught up ahead of the new season, Australian Survivor Redemption, to talk about his shift from player to host, what he's bringing to the role, and what we can expect from this exciting new chapter.
This is Beyond Reality.
The last time we actually spoke, it was on a beach in Fiji. It was a very hot day and a very long interview, and you were one challenge away from winning $500,000.
I know, I remember it well. I do have a tendency to waffle in my interviews, so sorry for that if it was too long.
I mean, when you're sort of, 46 days into the game, that tends to happen.
That does tend to happen. Although it seems to tend to happen to me on all the shows I've been a contestant.
Well, it's so great to chat to you under very different circumstances today.
I know, slightly different circumstances, although that was kind of the start of the whole thing, really.
Usually, I guess, with Beyond Reality, I go into people's journeys in television, but you have a very long history and we don't have that much time today. So with, the fact that Survivor Redemption is kicking off very soon, I'd love to just dive straight into that.
Let's do it.
Stepping into this season, obviously, you've taken over the role as the host. How does it feel to be at the helm of one of the biggest, most iconic formats in the world?
I mean, it's a dream come true. I've said it a few times, but Survivor has given me so much, and being a contestant in that format just changed my life. Watching the show and being a fan of the show, then to playing and to winning and now to hosting, it's incredible. I was pinching myself almost every day going to set. I've got the great Kate Whitney with me right here. But we'd be out there, and it's so nuts that we've had this whole journey, and she's been there with me the whole time. And I'd be like, I can't believe this, man. We're getting I'm here. I'm going to host this thing. And yeah, it's unbelievable. It's a real pinch me moment, of which I had a few in 2025.
Yeah. It's been a big couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, there was a huge reaction to JLP's departure. I guess, and that being with the sense he's been the face of the brand for the last 10 years. I guess on a personal level, what was that like for you?
Look, I knew it was going to be a little bit of a rocky change for people. On a personal level, Jonathan and I'm not close friends. I'm not saying I'm not Jonathan's friend, but he's been a colleague of mine. As a contestant, he always treated me so well. So I don't have a bad thing to say about Jonathan, but it's just not, we're not hanging out, and I don't know him. And when the audition kind of came up for the show, I wasn't aware of any of the behind the scenes stuff. I just knew the role was up. So I auditioned for it, got it. And then when some of the details were coming out and that, then I was like, ooh, okay. But Jonathan has done just such a good job as the host and building the foundation of this amazing show that we've got, that in a way, it kind of made it easier for me as host because all the bones are there. I didn't have to kind of craft this character or anything like that. I'm hosting. Now, Jeff had kind of done that as well for Jonathan, and it gives you this format and the way things are done that you can then make your own, because we're not the same people. And it's great. For me, having him as the previous host and being so good just means that the level was already up, and I just had to kind of slot in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I imagine one of those things is people are reacting to change, which people do. But the hard thing is that, when the announcement happened, it was, so far out from this going to air. So people can't see that what you're going to bring to the role, and they have to wait till now. So that's really exciting as well. That sort of new era of Australian.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, yeah, the other thing is too, Hayley, is I can be pretty polarizing on TV, and I've been doing that intentionally because I want people who watch to feel something. I either want them to want me to get voted out, or I want them to want me to succeed. And so I try to give everything as a character when I'm on the on the shows, but I always do stuff differently. Like I did Celebrity Apprentice differently. I did Dondi differently, like just depending on where it likes to be. Now I'm a big fan of the villains as a contestant kind of thing, but I'm not really having to put any of that energy into it as host. Like it's not about me, it's about the players. So for me, it's more about being a poker dealer and just like handing out the cards. And if they say hit, I'll give them another card. So I didn't really have to craft the character. That has already kind of been done by Jeff and then taken on by Jonathan. And now it's just me doing the same kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that because I guess, you had this whole golden god kind of character as a player, but the real David is very
Yeah.
different to that. And so you as a host, I think, people will be surprised by what you bring to that role, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and the Golden God stuff all kind of came down from me researching characters, being a big Always Sunny fan and like wanting to entertain people. And I think that is important when you're making reality TV, though the format is real and the things that are happening to you are real, but like you got to be entertaining. And so I just really tried to take big swings and yeah, you see how it's worked out for me now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an interesting journey.
And I mean, from your perspective, you're a three-time Survivor player. You've experienced a lot of day ones out there, but what was day one like as the new host of Australian Survivor?
It was hectic. We've been in pre-production for a while. I've been learning scripts furiously and doing a lot of rehearsal, trying to get it into that to where we wanted it for the performance aspect. So I felt very prepared. But when that moment hit and seeing the guys walk out into the mat, I was like, I got emotional. Like I was really having to choke it down a little bit, be like, okay, you got to be put the mask on. You're hosting. It's like just no emotion in this moment. And I can get excited as a host because it is exciting, but there it's introducing them as players. It's not about me. But I was having a real like, oh, great, like real heady moment. And I stuffed it down. We started talking, and then everything was good. But it was incredible. I mean, it was such a good feeling to like kind of be out there and the culmination of all this crazy stuff that had happened to me over the last 6, 7, 25 years to finally be here at this moment doing something I loved so much and just being like, man, it was incredible. It was really uplifting and felt good.
Yeah, and I imagine like, your history in television, in the entertainment industry, you've been a model, you've been a presenter, you've been a host of other shows, and you've been a very successful reality TV contestant. I guess, all of that history that you have, how did that help you prepare for this role?
Well, I studied acting in New York, Terry Schreiber Studio for a number of years, for a long time, because I'd gone from modeling and I'd wanted to go into dramatic acting. I was studying some theater. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do some theater. I want to do some on-camera stuff. Been doing commercials and just kind of wanted to take it up a notch. I really enjoyed that side of things. But for me, I used to think, oh, the career path is A to B when it comes to acting. Like I'm gonna get a role, and then I'm gonna be a dramatic actor. I'm gonna do film and television. I'm gonna do it like this. And when reality kind of came back to me, because I started my modeling career on a reality show, I was a little bit unsure about it. But because I love Survivor so much, and I thought, oh, let's kind of see what happens in Australia. I'm been living in the States my whole adult life, so I thought, well, Australia would be a good kind of testing ground, just like get some time back home, see family, and also like have some fun with TV and like maybe test out this character and like see how that kind of goes. And so getting to have all that background and then getting to see how the greats have done it, getting to be on one of the like NBC, like Deal or No Deal Island was like massive. And so to see how they do it, the Americans do it, I've had all these different looks at making TV, seeing how a character can be edited on TV, seeing how you're like what energy you need to bring. And it just felt like the exact right time. I've hosted before, I've hosted travel shows, I've done all little bits and pieces. I've like produced shows. I've been in it for so long. I just felt so ready at that moment to step up, and all the timing was correct. And yeah, it's just kind of perfect.
And how did being a player of Australian Survivor help you approach the role? Do you feel like it gave you sort of a different level of empathy for the contestants and what they're going through?
Yeah, 100%. But it also, not I don't want to speak for people who aren't here. For our contestants, I thought it was more inspiring for me to be there, to know that I have been through it and done it. And so I'm speaking from an actual place of authority because I've experienced what they're experiencing and sometimes worse than what they've experienced. So I think that emboldened them to play harder, to trust me as the host, that they weren't playing against me. Like, we're in this together. Like, I want to help you guys play. I want to facilitate gameplay, but I'm also there to look after them, like, I know what it's like to be in trying to push through these pain barriers, but also know that you're safe in that environment and give them a chance to open up and say their piece and really pull out of them. Like, if you want to say something, like, now's the time. Like, someone is going to lose their chance at $500,000 tonight. I've been in that spot. I've been voted out first. I've been voted out with an idol. And just like, there's no one, I want to big up myself, but there's no one who's been in that many Survivor scenarios as I have and seen it from all angles and done American TV in this position. And it just gave me so much experience that I felt like it was a good thing for the hosting role.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't think anyone in the world has been a contestant and gone on to be the host of Survivor. So
Not yet.
yeah, so it's an pretty incredible first. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a producer. I've been out there. I know what it's like to be watching a blindside unfold at Tribal Council. I guess you've been on both sides. You've been in Tribal Council, playing the game. And what is that feeling like?
I mean, it's amazing. But again, like, I have to be poker faced at what's happening to not give away the gameplay. But the TV lover in me is like salivating sometimes at how good the setup and the gameplay is, and just being able to facilitate that but not give anything away was so fun. And I think the alliance swings, the shifts, the betrayals and stuff this season was so good that I was constantly surprised at the level of gameplay and what they were doing. And I would go into tribals. I mean, you produced it. Like, I've got all the pieces of the puzzle, what we think is going to happen, and where the stories and alliances sit. And they would still surprise me with stuff sometimes, where I'd be like, "Whoa!" Like, I couldn't even wrap my brain around the strategy that they were employing. So it was so fun, so fun.
Yeah, and how does the level of adrenaline compare?
The level of adrenaline when you're a contestant is out of this world, because there's so much that's unknown, and the things that are unknown to you are what really spike it. And it's just trying to control that, like the paranoia, sitting in tribal, a plan being pulled off, your heart's going a million miles an hour. But as a performer, for me, it's like controlling that as the host. It wasn't so much adrenaline as opposed to, like, I'd be like hopeful that something was going to come off, but I need to be very controlled. And for me, it was like not as much of an adrenaline spike. I'm pretty good at controlling the old adrenals now after some of the stuff I've been through. So I would just get myself into a pretty calm state before we'd go. And if they wanted to ramp it up and go big, I'd come with them. Or we're doing something big, I'd go with them. But there's definitely a lot more adrenaline as a contestant. That's one of the great things about Survivor, especially for people who want to play it. Is like, there's nothing that compares.
And how do you feel like you've been able to stamp your personality on the season? Obviously, you spoke about the season's not about you, you're the host. But I guess, what do you think you add to the role as host?
I just think I add an element of knowing. Like, I wouldn't say I'm trying to stamp my personality on the season. That's not really what I'm doing, because there's so many people behind the scenes that are making it the show it is. I'm just like happen to be the figurehead for it. So I just trust the people that I've been working with. Got great directors, EPs, most of all of them. But I really think we have the best. It's such a massive team, but we have the best team in television, and we make the best show on Australian TV and American TV for that matter. And it's a really good thing to be a part of that. I just am the mouthpiece for it. So for me, just knowing I can get my lines, deliver my lines, have the contestants feel safe, it was going to be a hit.
Yeah, and I mean, you have kind of made a name for yourself as being pretty good at everything you turn your hand to. I mean, three out of 4 reality shows you've been on, you've won.
It's not a bad record, is it?
So what would you say the toughest part of being the host is for you?
Look, I think the toughest part of being the host is having all this stuff in here and the agenda of what I've got to say, and then remember everyone's name. And they sometimes start talking really fast. It's like staying with the action, keeping them accountable. It's so hard. I kind of like when you're in tribal as a contestant, it's hard. But like when you're hosting, it's insane. And I had a whole new respect for what Jeff and Jonathan had done just because of the sheer volume of information that's coming at you, stuff you have to remember, and how you have to shape that story. So it's something we can watch as an audience. So I was really, I was really a little surprised at that, but I love the challenge of trying to get it across and like finding myself in those tribals. Like I think I get better and better as we go. But you know, it's that first thing. I had to hit the ground running because I didn't have the luxury of a few seasons to get into it and be good and ease myself in and find myself. I had such big shoes to fill. I knew that I had to at least be where Jonathan's level was. And I felt like I was ready for that this season. I think I got there, and we just keep getting better and better as it goes, and like pull out more things. And like I said, we've got such a good team. Like I feel really confident about the season. It's super good.
And what was your biggest misconception, I guess, going from, seeing the game from player side to stepping into like, the production side of things?
Just how big production is. Like I think we do this bubble where all you have to do as a contestant is be in there and play. Thinking about anything that's going on with cameras or any of that stuff and stuff that's going on behind the scenes. As a contestant, I didn't even think of that. I was in this world that had been created for me, and that's all I did. I just played. I played the greatest game. I won it, and I was a part of that fabric. But I never once had to think about, oh, it took them 3 months to develop this challenge, and the camera team's been working on this and how to shoot it and all that kind of stuff. And the sheer scale of this thing is insane. And I just had no idea as a contestant because we do such a good job of maintaining that bubble. To the point where it was like I've been doing other shows where like they're getting pointers from me on how to how to do it because Train Survivor does it so well. And it's a world where like it's just so fun to be a part of it. Like you're in it and it's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's testament to how much work goes into creating that world of that the players live in and the sort of authentic survivor experience that you get.
Yeah, and that is what makes it so special, I think, is that they're just there, they're playing, they're living in that world. They don't know how hard anyone else is working, but like you've been there. Like everyone that works on the show loves Survivor. We've got like 200 Aussies out there working on the thing that just love the show and will go above and beyond anything that a regular job entails to make sure we have a good product. And I love that it's an Australian-made show and that like we just like Aussies work hard, man. They're down to film first light. They're down to like go that extra mile. They'll stay a bit longer. Like, and because people just love it. They love the game. We live and breathe it while we're out there. As you know, everyone talks about the contestants and what's going to happen, who's going to do this, and like it's just endless for us out there. So it's such a special thing to be a part of.
Yeah, it really is. Like you do get that experience where you live and breathe it and you're actually like you feel part of the game in a way because you're following the story of what the players are going to do. And it's always the best when they do stuff that's unpredictable and that you never saw coming, or
Yeah.
from the great moves to the terrible moves. When you see someone's game like fall apart in front of your eyes, it's just like, it's so thrilling.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And that's the special thing about it, right? We've created this world and we'll make small changes to it with themes or how challenges are run or whatever. But the players always play it differently. And that's why people keep coming back to watch Survivor because of the creativity of our players. And each season you think, oh, could something more diabolical ever happen than this? And then it will. And you're always like, man, it's so good.
And this season, the cast is incredible. What can you tell us about Survivor Redemption? What can we look forward to?
I think I've been saying it. I think we've got the best season of Australian Survivor here for you guys to watch. The moves are amazing. The cast, like the alliance shifts, the blind sides. There's so many good blind sides, and the level of gameplay is just really high. Our returning cast lifted the level like immediately. So from day one, returnees were playing hard, and it's just great storytelling. We've got great characters. great human stories in there, and we get all the good, like we get the laughs, the brevity's there, we have the fun, and we got the big challenges, and we got good emotion. So it's a really fun season, and it's all that good Survivor stuff, you know. It's just having to get used to me being like come on in, guys. That's saying guys. We don't say guys. Come on in.
Well, I mean, I've seen, some of the episodes, and I think you've done an amazing job as the host. The season is incredible, and I think the fans are really going to love it when they get to see it. So,
Yeah, I think so too.
I know we've got to wrap up, but I would love to get to some quick fire questions.
Let's go. Let's do it.
What song represents you as a host?
Oh boy. What are you doing to me? Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of... No, I'm kidding. Don't run that one.
What's harder, hosting or playing Survivor?
Hosting.
What is the best compliment you've read about yourself online?
I don't read about myself online. That's a bad idea. I mean, people can be quite complimentary. So there's a lot of good ones. I mean, the people who support you are always like so nice. It's like I love the fan interactions, even if they're a bit gnarly sometimes. But we just love people that want to be invested in the show and say stuff. You know? This is Quickfire, right? I'm already
Yeah. So on the flip side of that, what's the meanest thing someone said about you online?
Oh, I had someone DM me that they wanted to smash my face after season 4. In that first 2 weeks, I think after I swapped that idol with Sean, I was getting some pretty crazy DMs.
Oh, that's just awful.
I don't know. It's a jungle out there. This is why you can't read it because it gets dark. It gets dark pretty quick.
If you could cast any celebrity on Australian Survivor, who would it be?
Robert Irwin.
Love that.
I think he'd kill it. I think he's such a nice, like, affable human being. People love him, and it'd be interesting to see him play in that social dynamic and see how he goes. We know he's got the survival.
You can't vote out an Irwin.
You can't be against the fabric of our community.
And I mean, you've been on a lot of these and you tend to clean up. So if you could be on any reality show that you haven't already been on, out of Big Brother, The Traitors, MasterChef, The Amazing Race, or I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which one would you do?
Traitors. For me, it's Traitors. Like I like the strategy games. I can't cook very well. I can hook a steak up. I do too much traveling to enjoy amazing, like to race around the world. And I'm a Celebrity. They make them eat bugs and stuff, or ox penis or something I was hearing the other day. So that is not on my agenda.
Finally, how would you describe this season of Survivor in 3 words?
Absolutely effing epic. Is that
amazing. Thank you so much, David. I really appreciate the chat today. It was so nice to speak to you, not being by bugs and getting sunburned.
Yeah, well, I'm not being a total psychopath playing Survivor. Yeah. Good to see you.
All right. Thanks so much. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
This is Beyond Reality.
If you loved this chat, make sure you subscribe to the Beyond Reality YouTube channel because all season long I'll be dropping exit interviews with the cast of Australian Survivor Redemption in another series of Beyond Tribal.